welcome back to Axis Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough review of Ixion Saga Dimension Transfer Episode 20. Now, if you remember from last episode, we find out Icarlet's cowlick has returned, and the only way they can actually counter her cowlick is to bring her to a karaoke bar that she points out that she wants to visit. Yeah, this cannot be good. Now, moving on past that, we do find out Dukakis and his men are also in the same karaoke bar, getting plastered and God knows what else, and it's just hilarious. Now, moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene toward the end of the episode with Icarlet and everyone else, and yes, her cowlick has returned. It's gone back down, and they're good. Crisis avoided. But again, that's where the episode ends, and I'll hold my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode, and guess what? The last part of the ceremony. Yeah, it's the alidia ceremony, so I guess that's the 18th ritual. Looks it, and it's called the alidia ceremony, so definitely worth mentioning. Now, moving on past that, this is what we get to see. It looks like two triceratops, not rhinoceroses, two triceratops, one on one side, one on the other side, and they have a carriage right behind each one of them, and they just ram into each other. Huh? What kind of fucking ritual is that? What was the point? And it was in an arena, no less, so everyone can see what's happening. I'm like, really? Who comes up with these kind of fucked up rituals? No. And apparently this ritual is supposed to be the rough struggle, and it's supposed to be a metaphor for marriage. So let me say this one more time. This rough struggle is supposed to be a metaphor for marriage. What metaphor? I missed it. It's just two triceratops ramming into each other with carriages on the back. That's not a metaphor, that's just stupid. It is. Now, moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene with Icarlet, and she's exiting out of her carriage, and she's wearing a wedding dress, a white one, and she looks adorable. However, her cowlick has returned, so you can tell she is pissed off. I don't know if it's the dress, the spectators. She's just pissed off, and her cowlick is now up. Now, we are taken to a different scene with Jungleberk, Lord Jungleberk, and he exits his carriage. Now, he's being everyone's calling him the pretty boy. At least that's what he's referred to as the pretty boy. More like the pedophile. I'm sorry, I had to say that. Think about it. A grown man marrying a kid that's under 13. She looks like she'd be 7, 8 years old. I'm sorry, that's a pedophile in my opinion. Seriously. Now, moving on past that, we are taken to a different scene with Cone, and he figures out the alidia ceremony is just the name of it. It has nothing to do with the actual alidia. So this was a waste of time for him. Come on, who saw this coming? I saw it coming, come on. I thought it was hilarious. However, we are taken to a different scene with Dukakis, and he's basically just rambling on about the Olga sorority and how they're still not doing anything, and maybe they've kept them out of a loop, something along those lines. And then he mentions they're broke. That's right, Dukakis and his men are all broke, and it's hilarious. And then you see Dukakis staring down at the crowd, and he sees Cone, and this is Cone. He's like, turns around, and he waves. Cone waves at Dukakis. Oh, you gotta love Cone, I swear to God, you just gotta love this kid. All I can say, it was perfect timing. However, we are taken to a different scene with Verasian. Now, he leaves to actually find out what the Olga sorority is actually up to. So he leaves Dukakis and says, I'm going to find out what the Olga sorority is up to. And it looks like Gustav was about to do the exact same thing, but he was stopped by KT. But later on, Gustav actually has Dukakis' permission to, do whatever the hell he wants to do. And so he does. Now, Leon was supposed to speak up, and it's kind of funny because Leon is now, like, literally he's falling. His hands are like on these, it's on the ledge. So you see Leon's hands are on the ledge, and you see KT push him off the ledge. I thought it was hilarious. And Dukakis, he disappears into the crowd. I thought it was hilarious. Like, they're just bickering, and he just disappears like he's not there. I'm like, holy shit. Dukakis, you're just in La La Land. Now we're taken to a different scene, and it's now nighttime, and we open up with Icarlet, and she's getting ready. You sitting down for this? Ready? E-Carlet's getting ready to consummate her marriage with, her new spouse, which is Lord Jungleberg, a pedophile, literally. And all I can say is she's saying goodbye to everyone, and she's saying thank you, everyone. Cone, Pet, I'm just kidding. Cone, thank you. And she's being really thoughtful, and Cone just doesn't know what the hell to think. He just does not feel this is right, but what can you do? Now we are taken to a different scene with E-Carlet, and she enters Jungleberg's bedroom. Really? Really? Seriously? I can't believe we get to see this, and it's like a little, I don't know what the hell to call it. It looks like it's not even real. It looks like something you see in a dream. This is Jungleberg's room, and it looks like, I don't know, a 5-year-old's room. It's just fucked up. Well, it gets even better. E-Carlet meets a little puppet by the name of Nabutan. E-Carlet enters the bedroom, and she meets a little puppet called Nabutan, and the puppet talks. I was like, and it belongs to Jungleberg. This is Jungleberg speaking through the puppet. I'm like, holy shit. I thought this is a fucking act just to piss off, E-Carlet, so they don't have to get married or do anything like that. But, technically they're already married, I guess. They're just about to consummate their marriage, and I'm like, oh, you married a fruitcake. Great. Oh, it gets better. Moving on past that, we're actually introduced to more stuffed animals. So you're telling me Lord Jungleberg is a stuffed animal freaking fanatic? Oh my god, this is just fucked up. It's got pedophile written all over it. Oh my goodness. No, it gets better. Moving on past that, Nabutan, which is, Jungleberg's little puppet he's talking through, suggests that E-Carlet take her clothes off. I'm like, oh, this just got really... I'm sorry, I'm turning slightly red. I was just like so embarrassed. As soon as he said that, I was like, where's the pause button? I can't see this. This poor girl, what she's going through is just not freaking right. Now moving on past that, we're taken to a different scene with E-Carlet, and she dresses, get this, she dresses in a frill naked lizard outfit. Huh? I thought this guy was a real pedophile where she, strip down and do something. He's role-playing. Yeah, Lord Jungleberg actually asked E-Carlet to dress in some really fucked up lizard outfit. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry, I don't. And then E-Carlet asked, well, why don't you change? I was like, I don't know, that kind of makes sense. Husband and wife, a little give and take there. So we find out Jungleberg, he's like, just like, nah. Kind of saying no, but he's got like this little puppet and it's on his hand. That's his Nabutan. I'm like, he dresses like a giraffe. So Jungleberg dresses himself as a giraffe while he uses his puppet Nabutan to continue talking for him. I'm like, he's cosplaying. He even says he's cosplaying. He's into that. I don't know where to start. This is just so fucked up. So we're taken to a different scene with Cone, and he's just losing it. He's outside thinking the worst of what's going to happen, and his shirt's off. And he's like, oh my god. He's just all over the place. Like, I can't take this anymore. And all I can say is, moving on past that, Jungleberg, what the fuck? Oh my god. He's in the bed with E-Carlet, and it looks like it was going to get all serious and stuff. I'm like, he's on top, and it's like, okay, so they're about to consummate their, their marriage. So we're taken to another cutscene with Cone, and he starts hitting himself. Cone starts hitting himself. He's bleeding. Oh my god, this kid, I'm sorry, this kid definitely has it bad. So we're taken to a different scene with Lord Jungleberg, and again, he's on top of E-Carlet, and he's about to kiss her, or something along those lines. I don't know if he was about to have sex with her or just kiss her, but Jungleberg's on top of E-Carlet, and he's in the bed, and E-Carlet's cowlick goes straight up, all three of them. Perfect timing. I was like, thank God. I didn't want to have to pause this and walk away, but I'm glad that actually happened. So moving on past that, we find out Jungleberg's room explodes because of, well, E-Carlet and her three cowlicks. And Jungleberg is very unpleasant position, if that makes any sense. Lord Jungleberg is in an awkward position on the ground, with his legs awkwardly spread. I thought it was definitely worth mentioning. However, we are taking to a different scene with Cone, and he appears in, Lord Jungleberg's room, trying to see what the hell's the matter, what's wrong, and he's holding Lord Jungleberg's legs up. Yeah, and then everyone else comes in, and it's funny because it's not what it looks like. However, everyone thinks that he's responsible, and then the guards show up, and now they're being attacked. So we see Sanglion and everyone else defending Icarlet and attacking the guards, and the guards are attacking, Cone, because they think Cone did something to Lord Jungleberg. They think he assassinated Lord Jungleberg. I was like, what? How the hell did Cone assassinate anyone? He was... What? So we're taken to a different scene with Dukakis, thank God, and Dukakis is all alone in front of what appears to be like a pond, minding his goddamn business, and he's just talking to himself. And then we see Cone, Sanglion, and everyone else appear right in front of him, and they're walking by, and they tell Dukakis, it's up to you now. And they go away, they like run away, they just bail on him. And the guards, they notice how, Icarlet and everyone else was talking to Dukakis and saying it's up to you. They assume that Dukakis is on their side, so the guards start attacking Dukakis. I'm like, this gets better and better and better. I love it, I love it, I love it. And Dukakis' men, his subordinates, are right behind him. They're feeling bad for Dukakis. And then they notice he's being attacked by the guards, and they jump in, and it's hilarious. And Dukakis goes apeshit. He goes apeshit on the guards. I thought it was hilarious. And he's like, wait, why are you guys attacking me again? Because, you're with her. Like, screw it. So they just keep attacking each other, and I thought it was definitely worth mentioning. However, we are taken to a different scene with Icarlet, and she's kind of updating everyone on what actually happened in Jungleberg's room. Yeah, this is Icarlet. She's telling Cone and everyone else what really happened, step by step, the outfits and everything. And apparently, Icarlet's like, yeah, the outfits didn't bother me, getting on the bed and doing that shit didn't bother me, talking to the puppet, seeing his stuffed animals, that didn't bother me. I liked all that. It's his nose hair. He had one nose hair sticking out of his nose that just pissed me off. I'm like, really? But again, that ends it for that scene. Moving on past that, we're taken to a different scene with Lord Jungleberg, and he is still alive. He's just been taken to the infirmary, so he's still alive. However, we see Dukakis, and he's running for his life. And again, that's where the episode ends. As for my final thoughts, okay, so now that Icarlet is no longer with Lord Jungleberg, is she still married since she didn't consummate the relationship? What's going to happen there? I mean, this was supposed to be like a major wedding. Now that they're actually married, are they legally married since she did not consummate? We don't really know. Moving on past that, what's Lord Jungleberg going to do? Was this part of his plan to act like a total pedophile freak, or is this Lord Jungleberg's actual true side? And moving on past that, are we ever going to see Alma Flora actually do something? It's been 2 episodes now, if not more, since we haven't seen her, so hopefully we're going to see something. And as for Dukakis, where the hell are you going to run to? And will the Elga sorority actually do anything now? I mean, what did Varation find out? We really don't know, but that ends it for my final thoughts. As per my rating, 4 out of 5. Plain and simple. I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5. I didn't see any real fight scenes, minus what we saw between, Dukakis and the guards. That was the only real fight scene. Technically, Cone and everyone else fought the bodyguards, but there really wasn't a lot of closure or scenes there. Was this a lot of romance and drama? Kind of, in a fucked up sense. This was a comedy. Plain and simple, this episode was comedy. Was there any new information? No, not plain and simple. But again, my final rating, 4 out of 5. But again, that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Ixion Saga Dimension Transfer episode 20. But definitely comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. But let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's gonna happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, that ends it for now, and I gotta hit the bricks. I gotta go. And before I go, I gotta say it, and I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.